blonde 6-year-old was walking through a village, hearing the whispers he always tried to ignore. People mutter bad things about him and saying that he was worthless. He really wished they would stop. It wasn't his fault that he was an orphan. He came to a tea house, one of the only stores that would sell to him, called Nothing But Dango. This restaurant and Ikaruka ramen were the only ones that would, and he didn't have the money for Ikaruka right now. With a sigh, he went in. As usual, it was quiet and nearly empty. The owners actually did this because they needed something to do in retirement. "Oh, hello Naruto-kun," the old lady said. "Hello Basan," he said with a bow to her. Not matter how much he pranked other people, Basan, Jason, her husband, Iam, and Tuche would never get anything but his thanks and respect. He grinned when he saw a cloaked visitor was here, his conical hat on his table next to a pot of tea and a few sticks of dango. "Oh, someone else has discovered the greatness of the food here. I was afraid that I was your only customer. But this means I no longer have you all to myself," Basan laughed. "I still have time for you, Naruto-kun. I will go get you some tea and some sweet bean paste. Or would you prefer dango as well?" Naruto grimaced. He had seen how a purple-haired Chunin acted when she had some. "I won't end up like Anko, will I?" Jigsan laughed as he heard that. "It isn't dango that makes her act like that, Naruto-kun," the old man said, ruffling his hair. "She is just happy to have some. Tell you what, if you finally give in and try some, I won't charge you for them." Naruto grinned. "Sure, give me 10 sticks." They laughed at his ever-present undying appetite. Basan ushered him to a table next to the other person and said she will be right back with some tea. While waiting, Naruto looked at the person. He was in his early 20s and had his black hair tied in a ponytail. "Hello, hello," he replied evenly, which made Naruto ecstatic. He didn't say it full of hate like others. Naruto could see his green eyes were filled with compassion, not hate, when he looked at him to speak. He instantly made it to Naruto's top 10 list of people not to prank. "I am Uzumaki Naruto. I am glad to meet you. I am known by Akechi Mitsuhide, Uzumaki-san." He was very formal and well-spoken. Naruto grinned at being called San. "You don't have to call me that, Akechi-sama. I would like my friends to call me Naruto." "Friends?" Mitsuhide asked. Naruto's face slackened. "I'm sorry, I should have asked you first." "I apologize." Mitsuhide smiled at the boy. "Don't, I was just surprised is all. You seem like a nice boy. Where are your parents?" "I don't have any," Naruto said, a little depressed. Mitsuhide frowned and fully took in Naruto's appearance. His clothes were not the best and he was malnourished. But before he could make a comment on that, several men walked into the shop. "Welcome to Nothing But Dango," Basan said as she set the pot on Naruto's table. "Can I help you?" "Yes," the leader of the three said. "You see, we have a proposition for you, ma'am. You see, this is a bad neighborhood." "It isn't so bad," Basan said. "Now, what does that have to do with things?" "Well, we can help you protect your store from anyone and anything. All we ask in return is a little money for our services." Basan frowned. "I appreciate the gesture, but no." "That is too bad," the man said. The guy on his left went over to a table before breaking one of the legs. "Because we really aren't giving you a choice, either pay up or—" "You will do no such thing," Mitsuhide said as he stood up and faced them. "I will not allow petty crooks to break the law in my sight." "Back off," the third guy said to him. "We are former ninja." "So meaning you did not have the skill or heart to still be ninja at so young an age," Mitsuhide said. "Leave now or I will stop you." The leader smiled. "I will have to use you as an example then, to show everyone here what happens when they decide to oppose me." He looked to the second guy. "Kill him." He grinned and pulled a ninjutsu out and approached him. But before he could go 3 steps, Mitsuhide threw off his cloak and drew his own sword. In a single move, he pulled it out and slashed it across the man's throat, killing him. "Batajutsu," Mitsuhide stated. His cloak now off, Naruto got a full look at him. He stood near 6 feet tall. At his waist was the sheath for his katana, and next to it was a wakizashi. He was a samurai. He wore oyoroi armor that protected his chest and back along plates that bent and moved on his upper arms and legs. He had hakama pants and shirt on under it. All of it was colored light blue and in some purple. He faced the other two and raised his blade to point at them. "Leave now or die with your comrade. I doubt scum like you would have the honor to finish what you have started." But they only laughed. "If it isn't one of those worthless samurai," the leader said, "still spouting that garbage about honor and fair play. You people will never realize, will you? You no longer have a place in this world, not you nor your words." "Honor, justice, doing what is right," Mitsuhide replied. "These are more than words, they are ideals of how men should live their life. As long as people still desire these, the samurai will never lose their place in the world. As long as there are those that still honor the old ways, the samurai will have the strength to continue on, no matter the adversary ahead of us. And as long as my body still holds breath, I shall never let men like you do as they please. Nice speech, the former ninja told him. 2 bad words will not save you. He nodded to his remaining man. He stepped to the side and started doing hand signs, but what he didn't expect was the sword to cut his hand off. A jutsu inside here will destroy the building. I can't allow that either. The man was going into shock as he looked at the stumps that were his arms. His mouth tried to work but didn't. He looked up and saw Mitsuhide finish him. Mitsuhide turned back to the remaining man. Leave now with your dishonor or I will take your life as well. The man stumbled back before he ran through the door. Mitsuhide looked at Basan and Naruto. I apologize for causing such a ka. Look out! Naruto ran by him, grabbed the dropped ninjutsu and stabbed the third man in the stomach. The bandit dropped the knife he was going to use to stab Mitsuhide with as he looked at the sword in his gut and the child holding it. I was killed by the demon brat. He fell backwards, his eyes glazing over. Naruto looked at what he just did and began to shake. He looked like he was going to be sick. I just killed Hai. Naruto bent over and retched. I'm sorry, Basan, I'll clean it up. He went to get a mop. No, honey, you go sit down. But go sit, she told him again. As for you, young man, she said to Mitsuhide, thank you, it does an old woman good to see that men like you are still out there. It was my duty to do it, ma'am. I could not let them as I stated. Your duty is to obey your master, you did that by choice. He tensed at the word master. Sit down, I shall get you another pot of tea. She went in the back and told her husband what happened. He came storming out. Those them Mitsuhide-sama? They are, he replied. Then we owe you much, he said with a bow. I shall return soon, I must get the police. When he left, Mitsuhide stood up and sat across from Naruto. Pouring his tea in a cup, he set it in front of Naruto. This will help settle your nerves. Naruto started drinking from the cup and slowly life returned to his blue eyes. Now, why did you do that? You could have died. Because he was going to K-kill you, Akechi-sama, Naruto said. You defended Basan and Jike-san, so I had to do that. Mitsuhide nodded. Your honor demanded it of you. Naruto looked up from the cup. I defended people close to you, so you defended me in return to honor what was done. You could do no less. It is Bushido, a code of honor that all samurai follow. Naruto put his head to the table. I don't understand. People say that the samurai are just normal men that they can't possibly fight a shinobi, but you fought 3. 2, Naruto-san, don't lie, Bushido forbids it. You fought the other and won. 2 right here and did it in only 3 moves. Well, they just assumed I was weak, so that helped. But the deciding factor was that I was in the just, honorable, and right. Remember what I said, that they are more than words, that they are ideals. They are. Under this armor isn't flesh, Naruto-san. It is the ideals that make samurai who they are. And ideals cannot die. Naruto was silent until after Mitsuhide's tea came. Do you have a dream, Mitsuhide-sama? Yes, to one day see peace in our lands. Naruto swallowed. His dream seemed so much more important than his dream to become Hokage. I wanted to become Hokage, to be respected. No one respects me or even treats me like a person. Wanted? You mean it isn't anymore? Naruto shook a little as he looked at the samurai hopefully. I want to prove to the world that honor, justice, and right are not just words but perspectives, that there is still a use to those who have them. He swallowed some tea to settle his stomach against the smell that was starting. Will you teach me to be samurai? Mitsuhide leaned back in his chair. This boy, on his way to become a ninja, was asking him to teach him Bushido. ... It is a very tight code of conduct. Can you live with that? I will, Naruto assured him. I will not stop for anything to get my dream. Mitsuhide nodded. Then your first lesson in Bushido is never say anything that you do not mean. Lord Akechi, Naruto said to him as he bowed to his adoptive father. Are you sure you wish me to do this? Naruto was now 8 and was to attend the ninja academy back in Konoha. He no longer lived there anymore. He lived in a mansion outside of town that Mitsuhide had built. He would no longer travel but would live there, protecting the small town outside it and serving the Lord there. I am Naruto. Aren't you excited to go back? I am not Lord Akechi, Naruto told him. He now wore sky-blue hakama cloths with an orange spiral on the back, and his blonde hair was in a ponytail just like his father's. I do not wish to be a ninja but a samurai like you, father. Mitsuhide smiled as he stood up and went to the door. He slid it close and returned to his seat. Now what is it really, Naruto? Naruto instantly relaxed. In public and view, samurai must be regal and noble in appearance. But the room was not in view anymore. Father, you know how I was treated, and no doubt it will continue if I return. And the ninja has taken our place in the world. I would have nothing to do with them. Mitsuhide sighed. Naruto, you can learn to be a ninja but still be samurai. Stealth, jutsu, and silent killing is as necessary in combat as are your daisho. Naruto raised a hand to his pride and soul. It was a katana and wakizashi his father had given him. Both were finely crafted, folded several hundred times, and could mold chakra through it. The words honor, courage, commitment was carved into the blade of the wakizashi, while the words, for the fallen, this blade shall protect thee, on his katana. They were Fox Claw and Fox Fang respectively. Naruto frowned but nodded. As you wish then, father. He reached down and picked up his friend Kitsu. Looks like we are going to school tomorrow. Excited, the Fox Kit gave him a mew, saying he was. Just wait, Kitsu, we will show them who is tougher. He set the Fox Kit on the ground and bowed to his father. By your leave, Lord Akechi. He turned and walked from the room. Mitsuhide smiled proudly at his son. He didn't know at first if Naruto could do what he said. But to his surprise, Naruto did. He never stopped studying until he understood it. Asking for help only when he had to, he was a quick study and had earned those swords at his waist. He was really surprised when he brought the injured Fox Kit home with him one day. It would let no one but him near him willingly. It was cute to see a fur ball that could fit in even Naruto's little hand growl at someone threateningly. And once he had healed, he wouldn't leave. Moreover, others showed up as well. They seemed to be attached to Naruto. Kitsu was the first kit born to the small clan that lived on their grounds now and wouldn't leave Naruto's side. He could even fight with him, though it was still limited by his small size. He reached down and scratched the head of Karara, the leader of the pack, and that same kit he brought back nearly 2 years ago. Looks like both our sons are ready to make us proud. Karara growled a little. Yeah, my son has already made me proud too. Naruto woke up at dawn and put on his hakama. Then he opened the secretary that held his armor. It was an Oyoroi armor just like his father's except for 2 details. While his father's was purple, Naruto's was dark blue. And his father only had the Akechi clan seal, 5 sakura petals in a circle. While Naruto had that on his chest, his Uzumaki spiral was on his back. With pride, he put each piece in place and strapped them down. When he was done, he looked in a mirror and nodded approvingly that he looked like a smaller, different color mirror image of his father. Lastly, he strapped a quiver of arrows and a bow to his back and placed the Fox Fang and Claw at his waist. He walked out of his room to smell breakfast was ready. Good morning, father. Grandfather. Naruto almost jumped onto the older man but recovered his lost bearing and bowed. I am honored to greet you, Lord Akechi Mitsu. The older man stood up and returned the bow, before smiling and motioned that the door was closed. Come here, Runt, and give your grandfather a hug. Naruto needed no more invitation as he ran and jumped into his arms. I missed you. I missed you too, grandfather. Why wasn't I told that you would be coming? It was a surprise, Mitsuhide told his son. We both will be walking you to the academy this morning. Naruto's smile grew to a mile wide and hugged his grandfather all the harder. Careful, I'm old, Hidemitsu told him. Never, Naruto told him. Great men never grow old, grandfather, they grow more knowledgeable. Naruto straightened and sat down at the table to eat his breakfast. He felt Kitsu rub his leg, wanting attention, so he laid his chopsticks across his bowl of rice and gave it to him. After lightly scolding him because he knew better than to do that at the table. I am ready, father, grandfather. Then let us go, Hidemitsu said as he stood, and show them something the world will never believe. They were stopped at the east gate of Konoha. Names and reason for entering. Lord Akechi Mitsuhide of the clan Akechi from the outskirts of Konoha, Mitsuhide told them. This is my father Akechi Hidemitsu and my son Akechi Naruto. Today I am enrolling my son into the academy. They blinked at the name Naruto and looked at him. Naruto stood up all the straighter when they did. His hair and eyes were similar, but he was much bigger than the Naruto that disappeared 2 years ago. And he looked nothing like him. Oh, I think we received word. Yes, here it is. The Chunin on the right held up a piece of paper. It says that you requested this a month ago and received the approval of the Hokage, Lord Akechi. You need only carry this passport on you from now on. He gave one to Naruto and Mitsuhide. Lord Hidemitsu, you were not expected, so I have to give you a temporary passport. It is all right, young man, Hidemitsu told him. I am just walking with my grandson this one time. I doubt it will happen often enough to warrant a permanent one. With a bow, they walked forward through the gate and into the city. What a formal family, Izumo stated. And that boy, Kotsu said, he did not have a single emotion on his face. And did you notice the fox kit on his shoulder? I did, so they are the Fox clan Akechi. This is going to be one interesting class, Kotsu finished. Naruto looked around at all 5 kids and frowned. They were acting like, well, kids, jumping, hooping, hollering, acting like animals. Even the fox kits behaved better. Kitsu rubbed his cheek in agreement to his analysis. He gave him a pat on the head before walking through the door. Hello, he said once to see if he could get their attention. The teacher at the head of the class looked up and at the clock. You must be the new student. You didn't have to show up for another half hour, he told him. I am Yumino Uruka. Naruto bowed to him. I am honored Uruka-sensei. I am Akechi Naruto. Behind him, his father and grandfather entered. As they looked at the class, they all went quiet as they studied the 3. I too am honored to meet you, Mitsuhide said to Uruka after a minute. I have actually heard much about you, Uruka-san, and all of it is good things. I expect you to make my son much stronger than he already is. He said that with a bow. Uruka returned the bow a little shocked. It was then he noticed something. All 3 of them has a daisho at their waist. If I am not intruding, are you by chance, eh? Mitsuhide held up his hand to stave him off. That will be up to Naruto to reveal to him, classmates, not us, but yes, we are. Uruka straightened and bowed again to them. I am honored to receive you. This shocked the 3 of them. My parents drilled it into my head to respect you before they died. Both Mitsuhide and Hidemitsu smiled at him. I see that my son is in the best of hands then. He knelt down and looked Naruto in the eyes. Go with honor, my son. He ruffled his hair before standing. Hey, Naruto said, moving the strands back into place. I shall see you this evening, father, grandfather. He watched them leave and turned back to the class. Is this all of them, Uruka-sensei? No, only the early risers like yourself. There is now a total of 27 students. So please wait until they all get here. Naruto nodded. All looked at the 5. One was a girl with hair he would have thought was dyed blonde if it wasn't for the scent from here that lacked bleach. There was a boy that smelled of dog and had brown hair. It was spiky and a mess. Another, the most reserved one there after Naruto, was a boy with black eyes and hair. It was spiky in the back only, reminding Naruto of a chicken. The next was a sky girl with hair the color of his armor and pale eyes he thought was rather lovely looking. The last and loudest was a girl with sakura pink hair. Naruto brushed the emblem on his chest and sat down at one of the desks. The one that smelled of dog came over to him, and he was in fact carrying a puppy in his coat. You smell an awful lot like a fox, and I don't mean the sense on you. The same can be said about you and dogs, Naruto replied. What is with the armor and weapons, eh? Kiba, please be nice, the pale-eyed girl said. Achi is an Akechi. They are one of the oldest warrior sea clans on the sea continent. Naruto smiled at her. And may I have the name of such a lovely flower that knows who I am? Hyuga Hinata. Naruto straightened when she said it. Yes, of course you are. What are you talking about? Kiba asked. That I like Kami, do no play with dice, and do not believe in coincidence. On several occasions has the Akechi and Hyuga fought together and against each other. He held his hand to Hinata. Shaking a little, she placed hers on his. Naruto bent down and kissed her hand. It is my extreme pleasure to meet you, Hyuga Hinata, and I look forward to serving with you. Hinata blushed deep red as she nodded. Hey, whoa, back off, mister. Kiba about yelled, taking her hand from his. You can't just be doing that. Naruto frowned at him. My name is Akechi Naruto, not mister. And you are Inuzuka Kiba, the famous dog clan of Konoha. Then as the heir of the Fox clan Akechi, I guess that makes us rivals. I guess so. Naruto grinned and stuck his hand out to shake his. I am glad to meet someone that has confidence in their abilities. You look to be a strong opponent, and I am eager to spar with you. Kiba dropped his jaw and started to laugh. You are making it hard to dislike you. I get that a lot when people actually talk to me. Hinata-chan, Kiba-san, this is my friend Kitsu, the kit mewed. And this is Akamaru, Kiba said. The puppy gave a bark. Hinata smiled a little. You two brought your pets with you? No, they said. Kitsu helps me in fighting. Yeah, the same with Akamaru. Hinata seemed a little down at that. Oh, I brought my pet. F-father doesn't Kano and would likely disapprove. She pulled down the zipper of her coat and took out a small ferret kit. This is Bandit. The little guy was asleep when she pulled her out, but she opened her eyes to look at them. She gave a squeak and Akamaru roughed while Kitsu mewed. This made Hinata smile that her best friend was making more friends. Naruto also grinned. Hey, we have 3 Chibai Biju here. They looked at him in confusion. Hauku the 5-tailed dog, Reiju the 6-tailed weasel, and Kyuubi the 9-tailed fox. Kiba blinked and struck a thinking pose. We kind of do. Hey, that is it. We are the Biju 3 from now on. No one will be stronger than us. Like that will happen, the blonde and pink head told them. We are going to be the strongest Kunoichi in this room. In unison, they hit a fist to their chest and smiled at each other. Obvious best friends there. Kiba frowned, and there is an Uchiha here, so it will be hard. Good, Naruto told him. I hate it when things are easy. Naruto stood in front of the whole class when they had all gotten there. Hello, I am Akechi Naruto. I am honored to be here, he told them all with a bow. Naruto, why don't you tell them a little about yourself? Uruka said to him. Hi, Uruka-sensei. My father is named Akechi Mitsuhide, and I don't have a mother. I am the heir of my clan, which, though scattered for a moment, is the newest clan to Konoha. My clan is also one of the last remaining honorable samurai left on the continent. He held Kitsu in his hands to show him to them. This is my best friend Kitsu. We look out for each other and fight together, and I do have a dream. To show that honor, justice, and right will always have a place here. Okay, class, your first lesson today will be working on aim, Uruka told them once Naruto sat back down with Hinata and Kiba. So go grab your ninja gear and head outside to the targets. Naruto just stood up and walked outside. He brought nothing with him but his weapons, armor, and some money to go visit Ikaruka Ramen and nothing but dango. He smiled as he thought about lunch and afternoon snack before heading home. Uruka-sensei, where is the targets? Just outside. Follow me, Naruto, and I'll show you. He led them outside and showed Naruto the small range. This is it? Naruto looked confused. Sensei, is this big enough? What do you mean? It is only 20 feet long. Anyone could hit a target at that distance. Now Uruka looked confused. For a student, that was a good size distance, and they would only be at the end once he felt they were ready for it. Naruto, have you received formal training before this? Just what my father showed me, Naruto told him. Sasuke was behind him. He isn't talking about that sword, he is talking about kunai. What is a kunai? Thought so. A samurai really has no place here with ninja. This is a kunai dobi. Sasuke took out a knife and walked to the 15-foot mark, the farthest he knew he could hit the target. With a throw, the throwing dagger hit dead center. He looked back with a look that wasn't arrogance but wasn't far from it either. See what this training is now? I see, Naruto said. Sasuke walked to the side of target and reached for his kunai, but an arrow went through the ring. Sasuke's hand jumped back like it tried to bite him. His head turned to see Naruto was standing 30 feet back, bow in hand. Yeah, I see. The mutters of students as they saw how he easily shot that reached his ears. Impressive, Naruto. Well, as I do not know your skill yet, I am going to give you a little test. Very simple, the first test is to see how fast you are in firing those. The second test is to see just how far you can shot and still hit the center. Come up to the line. Now when I tell you, you will shoot as many arrows as you can for a minute. Just hit the target. Sasuke, come back down here. With a frown, Sasuke pulled his kunai and the arrow out and walked back. Uruka held his hand up in the air when Sasuke gave it to him. Naruto put it in his quiver. Go! Naruto grabbed his first arrow, notched it, pulled it back, and let it loose. The whole thing took a second. Twice as long a student with a kunai who only had to grab it and throw. But as his drawing hand was already at the quiver, he kept that second a constant pace. After 20 seconds and arrows, he stopped, his quiver empty. The arrows all hit within the 2 inside circles, but Naruto frowned. My grandfather would have split his arrows every time. Uruka nodded. His aim under speed was incredible in his opinion, but the ammunition he could hold was slow to draw and limited the number he could carry. He grinned as he considered making a note in his report card to suggest putting storage seals on the inside to hold more. Well, even for a student that has had training, that is impressive. Now I want you to go to where you feel comfortable and make 5 shots. As far as you know you can hit, take your time. Kiba grinned while Naruto replaced his arrows back inside his quiver. Everyone back up. I got the feeling he is going for a walk. Naruto carefully counted his paces from the target until he reached 52 feet. 2 years of practice and he still couldn't reach across his family's range. He faced the target, ignoring the looks of disbelief, and drew a single arrow. Placing it on the string, he looked downrange as he brought the string to his cheek. After a moment, he let it go. It hit bullseye, about to go out of it at the top right. Naruto compensated with the next shot and was now left and low of the center. He took a deep breath, looked down the shaft, then passed it to the target. Lifting it up 1/10 of an inch, he let it go. It hit in line to the left of the target. Another deep breath and holding it, he hit center. Letting his breath out while making sure not to move the bow, he drew his last shot and notched it. Satsu, Naruto mumbled as he let it go. Sasuke heard him say, "Split," so he ran up there to check. His 5th arrow had split his 4th, making 2 perfect center shots. I don't believe it. Being able to hit something several times faster than the other means nothing if he can hit you long beforehand, Uruka told his class when they gathered around him. I actually trained with a bow when I was younger, but stopped when I was told that I would find it useless by an older ninja. I am not going to tell you the same thing. As you saw, it was far from the truth. Naruto, he turned to the young samurai, that was good, but I can tell you still need work with it. But there is no one here that can teach you that very well, so until then you will have to train with it at home. Hi, Uruka-sensei. What should I do right now? Well, since you and Sasuke obviously do not need help with distance right now, you two can spar. Hi, Uruka-sensei, Naruto said before he walked a bit away after retrieving his arrows. Using half the broken one, he drew a circle in the dirt. Ready, Uchiha? It is Taijutsu, samurai, as in hand-to-hand. Remove your weapons. Naruto nodded as he placed his bow and arrows outside the circle. Don't forget your fox and swords, Naruto snarled. Kitsu will not be fighting, so I will place him outside the circle, but I will never be parted from my Daisho. Oh, I see. Too afraid to be without those useless blades. A fist met his face. I may not be a monk, but I know how to fight without weapons. Insult me if you wish, but ever say anything against my swords again, and I will end you life. Sasuke jumped back to his feet and wiped the blood from his nose. He was more than angry. No one had ever struck him before. His father may have ignored him or told him to be like Itachi, but he never once raised his hand to him. Like you could, pathetic swordsman. He may now hate his guts, but he would not go that far again, at least just yet. Naruto took a deep breath. He disliked ninja enough as is besides a very select few, and this one just kept adding to the list. One more insult and honor will demand I make you pay, Sasuke grinned. An angry opponent was a reckless one. Your clan is nothing but a bunch of forgotten warriors, moaning about the good old days, better left in the history books that no one will ever read. Naruto drew the fox claw and ran at him. Sasuke revealed his kunai in hand and intercepted it. He then dropped his right leg and twisted to the side. Naruto fell forward and Sasuke went for the stab. For that punch, those damn swords are mine. But Naruto, having went with the fall, was not there for him to injure. He had rolled back to his feet and was running at Sasuke again, this time letting his head rule. He attacked with his sheath, forcing Sasuke to block it with his kunai while the fox claw was hidden by it, and went in for the stab unmolested. Both students went flying backwards, a bruise forming on Naruto's cheek while another bruise appeared on Sasuke's. What the hell are you two doing? Uruka roared. He insulted myself, my clan, and my swords unprovoked. When I warned him not to say anything again, he continued. Naruto told him, looking for a way around the teacher to finish this. Naruto, I know that as a samurai your pride is great and will only take so much. But while at this school you will learn to take more. Sasuke smirked at the enraged warrior that struggled to give a hi, Uruka-sensei. Uruka turned to Sasuke, even madder. What the hell is wrong with you? What was one of the first lessons I taught you, Sasuke? He swallowed. Never provoke an enemy that you know nothing about. And you do know that he has received combat training. Look what almost happened. You would have died had I not intervened. His blood would not be the first that my hands were stained with, Naruto growled. Liar, Sasuke growled. Samurai will not like Sasuke, Uruka told him. For that would be a dishonor to himself, and he would have to commit seppuku, suicide to save his family honor. Something that seems to be lacking from you if this is what I can expect. Sasuke's scowl went from Naruto to Uruka. Are you saying my family has no honor? We are one of the founding clans of Konoha. A fact that your clan never forgets to flaunt, Naruto stated, his anger abating. That and your Sharingan. Oh, the little samurai? Naruto's hand reached for the hilt of the fox fang while Uruka glared at both of them. That is enough from the both of you. If this is how you wish to act, then you can go home. Imagine how your fathers will react to that. Sasuke calmed down instantly. Naruto actually looked like he would be sick. I thought so. I want you two to take some time to cool off. I will see you in an hour, Sasuke. Naruto, the Hokage would like to welcome you as a student to the academy, so you will go to the Hokage Tower. Afterwards, return a half hour later. If it is lunchtime, be in class by 1. Hi, Uruka-sensei, they both said before giving one last glare to each other and walking away. Naruto picked up his weapons as he did. Before Naruto went far, Kiba and Hinata came up to him. That was amazing, Kiba said. You were really going to kick his ass. Ah no. That was very good, and Naruto-san, Hinata said to him. But Naruto wasn't exactly happy with it. I should have gotten him with the first strike. Now Naruto expected one of them to say something against this. He just didn't expect the one to be Hinata. No, and Naruto-san, he was already, you were not. You envisioned a H-honorable fight. He planned an assassination. He had hid H's kunai be behind his arm. How did you know? Naruto asked him. Because we would have done the same, Kiba said to him. That is what we are supposed to do, take every advantage. That is something about being ninja that I am afraid you may never be able to force yourself to do. Naruto looked shocked with realization. He had known that once and he would have expected that. He swallowed and nodded. This is going to be harder than I thought. Hey, Kiba said, wrapping an arm around his shoulders. No worries, mate. We will be there to keep you out of trouble. After all, that is what a pack is for. Right, Akamaru? The puppy barked. Hi, Hinata stated as Bandit crawled up her coat and atop her head. We are the B-Biju 3 after all. Naruto smiled and nodded his thanks. Although, I would have liked to see Sasuke's face when his kunai broke on my armor. This made Kiba laugh aloud while Hinata giggled. I have to go speak with the Hokage. I will see you soon. He bowed to his friends and walked away. Uruka did not miss this exchange and he smiled. Maybe there was hope for Naruto after all. Behind him, the self-proclaimed strongest Kunoichi duo was talking about what they had seen. And they were still talking like twins and speaking at the same time. What Sasuke did wasn't right, but Naruto shouldn't have lost his temper. True, his code of honor demanded that he do something to stop it. But to kill him. Not that Sasuke is clean of all wrongs, using such a dirty trick against Naruto, they said. So what should we do? Naruto looks so regal that it is hard not to blush when we look at him. But Sasuke is so awesome. They looked at Hinata and saw she had a slight blush on her face as Naruto walked away. Blackmail, they said with an evil grin. It is just creepy that they do that, Shikamaru said to his best friend, Choji. They ignored him. Looks like we can leave her to the Naruto fan club. They took on a thoughtful look. We wonder how he got his hair that shiny. What conditioner does he use? They ran a hand through their equally long hair and continued thinking about it until it was their turn to practice. And so the 47 Ronin stood before the body of the man their master had wished slain before he committed seppuku. These remaining samurai nodded to each other at their task complete, and at what they had also done. They had committed murder. The surviving 23 men, tired from their battle with the retainers of Yashinaka Kira, all knelt where they were. Those that were left behind wounded were no longer fighting, their honor saved and spared. Those already dead, waiting for them with Kami. As one, they slid their tanto from their belts and stabbed them into their own stomachs, cutting from left to right. They had not their seconds to cut their heads off to end the pain. So they merely remained kneeling and welcomed death when he came for them, Sarutobi finished. The revenge of the 47 Ronin, Naruto said when he entered. He bowed to the Hokage when he looked up. You have summoned me, Lord Hokage. Yes, please take a seat, Hokage-kun, and do please close the door. Naruto did and sat down. Sarutobi then smiled. I was so afraid you had died, Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto grinned. I am afraid you are mistaken, Lord Hokage. My name is Akechi, not Uzumaki. A moment later, he finally laughed. It has been far too long, old man. Sarutobi sighed at hearing that again, how he had missed it. Yes, it has. Honestly, I had thought you had died. You could have written me a letter. Naruto shook his head. I was busy, Lord Hokage. There was much for me to learn from my father, as there is now still. Manners was obviously under the things that you had learned. I know all about the rule of behind closed doors, Naruto, yet you still call me that. I'm not sure I prefer this over old man. It is a title you have earned many times, sir, and to disrespect that title would be to disrespect you. And for just spending time with me when you could, I could never do that. But if you wish me to, I shall return to calling you old man. Sarutobi looked at Naruto in a new light. A question came to him that he had to know. Naruto, if your lord was to order you to kill yourself, would you? Is that what you wish, Lord Hokage? You need only tell me and I will. He was very serious about it. Sarutobi sighed. He was fully taken to being a samurai. No, I do not wish you to, and don't your family already serve another lord? That is a special case. My father took his position to keep honor, but with the understanding that if need be, he is just doing this to protect the town. It is not official, thus he cannot give orders like our real lord. Me, Sarutobi assumed. That remains to be seen, Naruto told him. You have proven your honor to me, so I accept you as such. And my recountenance to my father, Akechi Mitsuhide, has put you in high standing with my clan. But they must see for themselves first. Sarutobi nodded. In truth, he did not like that he might hold such a clan like that. And what do you think of that? Naruto smiled. Only one thing would make me happier. Sarutobi grinned. This hat on my head. No, Naruto told him, making him drop his jaw. The servant cannot become the lord. I may become the lord of my clan and even the village I live in, but I will never become the lord over the Akechi clan. And I serve you. Seems to me that you serve me, not the title, right? Naruto blinked. Yes, then you can still become Hokage. Naruto still shook his head. I may or I may not, it doesn't matter anymore. I wish only to prove that samurai are not just for the history books anymore. Did someone insult you for being one, Naruto? Yes, but I do not wish to involve you in a child's fight. And with what was said and done, that is all it was. If you want it like that, then I shall remain out of it. I welcome you to Konohagakure, the village hidden in the leaves. I expect you to uphold the will of fire, the will to protect this village and its people. Now that that is out of the way, tell about your life ever since you left, Naruto, especially your father and grandfather. Naruto smiled. There was so much to tell. Well, first off, I was loved. I met Lord Mitsuhide when 3 crooks walked into nothing but dango. Naruto walked out of the tower at around 11. He headed back to the academy to find out that they had gone to lunch. With a smile on his face, he flipped a coin, leaving it to luck who he visited first. Ikaruka Ramen. Naruto entered and sat down on his favorite stool. Kyuchai raised both his eyebrows when he saw the daisho. What would you like, Samurai-san? Well, I am really hungry, so give me the Uzumaki special. 2 beef, 2 miso, 2 chicken, and 2 shrimp. Kyuchai blinked a few times before walking around the counter and looked him in his sapphire eyes. Naruto, his answer was the boy grinning before Kyuchai wrapped him in a powerful hug. How have you been, my boy? I have been great, Kyuchai-san. I have missed both you and Ayame-chan. Yes, of course, Ayame. Ayame, come down and greet a good customer. Yes, father, she said, coming down the steps and walking through the curtain door to the stairs. Hello, thank you for coming to our shop. The honor is all mine, Ayame-chan. She looked at him in surprise and instantly recognized him. Jumping on him to give him a hug, she said, Naruto, where have you been? I was adopted. My father is Akechi Mitsuhide, and I live outside the village in the one 20 minutes away just down the main road. Why didn't you visit? She demanded. Because my father was teaching me to use these, he said with a gesture to his swords. I'm a samurai now. She dropped her jaw at him. Wow, just wow, I never would have thought that. She looked him up and down. You really have changed. So have you, Ayame-chan, you're so tall now. He only came up to her shoulders. He then hugged them both. I really have missed you, and I have been dying for good ramen. I'll go make you some then, Kyuchai said. The Uzumaki special coming up, and this is on the house. No, I couldn't accept that. You can and will, Naruto, Ayame told him forcefully. And now that you can visit, you better come by here more often. He is so kawaii. She scooped the little fox up and cuddled him to her face. Who is this, Naruto? My partner, Kitsu, Naruto said, rubbing his ears. My friends at the academy has a dog and the other has a ferret. I doubt they are as cute as this little guy. Naruto could have laughed. Kitsu was obviously enjoying the attention. So looks like you are on your way to become Hokage. Nah, I found a dream that is far better. Oh, Ayame-chan, this is a picture of my father and grandfather. Naruto pulled out one his father had taken when he gave Naruto his swords. Naruto still laughed at the face he made when he got them. Ayame obviously thought it was funny too because she laughed as well, but then she blushed as she looked at Mitsuhide's image. Your father is very handsome, Naruto-kun. You actually look a lot like him. Yeah, I just wish I was his real son or that his wife was still alive so I could have a mom as well. But I am more happy now than any other time in my life, so I won't complain. Hard to believe I have a grandfather, an aunt, cousins, and other family, and they are all arranging their affairs and moving here. His grin couldn't have been bigger. And I am clan heir, isn't that something? His nose twitched when the first bowl was set on the counter. Ramen, belatedly he thought about his dignity, but as he was already digging in, all he could do was salvage it. Pardon me, normally I have more control than that. Kyuchai smiled before turning to Ayame. Let that fox breath while you close the curtain so Naruto can be himself while he is here. Arigato, Kyuchai-san. Naruto sat before he ate the bowl of ramen. Naruto walked back into class content and full. With a sigh, he sat back down in his chair and waited as he had arrived 15 minutes early. Only the Uchiha was there, but he wasn't going to let him ruin his good mood. "Hey, Dobi." No, he wasn't. "I said, hey, Dobi." His reply was just another content sigh. "I'm talking to you. You talk too much for a person that is dead to rights." That stung Sasuke's pride, but he was right. Had Iruka not stopped him, that sword would have gone through his head. He remained quiet until everyone else arrived. Nothing of really much interest happened the rest of the day. Sasuke and Naruto glared at each other but made no other move to fight, for which Iruka was glad. He did not need two of his students killing each other. When the final bell rang, they all stood up to leave. "Hinata-chan," Naruto said to her, "may I walk you home?" She blushed and nodded yes. Kiba wasn't sure if he should growl or laugh, so he just shook his head and headed home. Naruto walked in silence, his hand never leaving the hilt of the fox fang. Ahead of them, Hinata saw her cousin and started falling back. Naruto noticed this and stopped. "What troubles you, Lady Hyuga?" Nothing, Naruto-san." "Hinata-sama," came from behind Naruto, and Hinata looked even more pale. "Who is this with you?" Naruto turned around and saw a boy maybe a year older with pitch-black hair and the same pale eyes as Hinata. "It is customary to give your name first when you ask for someone else's," Naruto told him. "I am Hyuga Neji, Hinata's cousin." Naruto looked at Hinata for confirmation and she nodded, still pale. "I am Akechi Naruto. Why is your cousin so afraid of you?" "Because she is weak and is afraid of even a mouse." Naruto straightened his back. "If she was weak, then she wouldn't be trying to become a shinobi." "You know nothing of her," Neji said, his voice still impassive. "I know enough." He turned back to Hinata. "Let us continue, Lady Hyuga." He wrapped his arm around hers and walked away. "No one has ever dismissed him like that," Hinata told him. "My respect is earned, not given," Naruto told her. He could feel Neji seethe behind him, but couldn't care less. When they reached the gates to the Hyuga estate, though, he found Neji already there, standing next to a man around the age of Mitsuhide. He was frowning at them. "You young man, let go of my daughter." Naruto complied and bowed to him. "I was merely walking her home, Lord Hyuga." Hayashi looked him up and down. "Why are you dressed for war?" "I am dressed for combat, as that is what I am to be learning." Hayashi focused on his swords. "Akechi, was it? By any chance, would that be the same Akechi clan that my clan fought with before the founding of Konoha?" "It would," Naruto told him. "My father, Akechi Mitsuhide, is the clan leader, as was his father, Hidemitsu, before him." Hayashi nodded. "Then I trust you had nothing but honorable intentions walking her home." "I had none other." "Hinata, head inside. Neji, next time you bother me, make sure it is for something of importance." Hayashi turned and walked inside. "By the way, Akechi Naruto, please invite your father to visit sometime." A moment later, he was gone. Both Hinata and Neji had dropped their jaw. They had not expected that. "Just who are you?" Neji asked again. "Neji Nisan, he is an Akechi, the same clan that is allied to ours for over 100 years before Konoha's founding." "From the clan history scrolls," Hinata reminded. "You mean his ancestors are some of the strongest warriors ours has ever fought?" Naruto brushed a hand over his Akechi crest on his chest. "Lady Hyuga, I must bid you farewell. I have something I must do before I return home." He gave her a bow and walked away. Hayashi watched the exchange and took it in. If the boy was an example of most of the clan, then he would do well to strengthen old ties. And a glance at the interaction between him and Hinata make it clear his daughter was the key to it. He was about to go read up on some of the old clan laws when he stopped. The Akechi were notorious for their ability to judge a person's mettle, and they only respected those they thought strong. He had given Hayashi the proper respect for his station. He had given Neji none, but he held Hinata in a higher position than himself. Maybe he had misjudged her. He looked back and saw his daughter writing a note and was about to give it to a servant. "And who is that for?" Hinata froze and turned to face him. It was for Wayu, father." "Well, I am right here, so tell me. And stop stuttering, it makes you sound weak when you shouldn't." Hinata looked downtrodden by that, but then she noticed that his voice lacked the usual harshness. "I was planning to go and learn about the ninjutsu, She took a deep breath to calm herself some more. Her father just challenged her to be strong, not told her she was weak. She would be. "The Inuzuka use so I will be better prepared if I ever have, to fight those that use animals in combat." She let out her breath, proud of herself that she forced herself not to stutter. Hayashi nodded. "A wise move." One that will be beneficial for yourself and the clan if it works out well. Did not Akechi Naruto have a fox with him? Yes, father. And I assume that fox can help him in combat. He has said so. Hayashi considered this bit of information. And you have been inspired to take initiative to find out about those that use animals in combat. Hinata almost felt that newfound courage crumble away, leaving her with only enough to say, yes, father. All right, Hayashi told her. I shall call Inuzu Katsume and let her know that you are coming over. I believe she has a son around your age that will show you some things if he can. Why, yes, father, thank you so very much. She was about to run off to them. Oh, and Hinata, Hayashi called after her, try to see if some of those skills will be useful to you and Bandit as well. Hinata almost fell at that. Her father had obviously seen through her plan. I will, father. I shall see you tonight for dinner. She gave him a bow and ran off, not wanting to stay around to give him the chance to change his mind. Hayashi just walked to his study and called the clan head of the Inuzuka. Yeah, the elders probably wouldn't like it that she was learned from outside the clan, but he didn't care right now. So he would run interference for his daughter until she either gave up or succeeded. Hello, welcome to nothing. I know you, Basan said when Naruto entered. Hello, Basan. Naruto, what a surprise, she said with a smile. I will be right back with some tea and my husband. Please take a seat. With a smile, he sat down, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. He loved the smell of this small tea house. Well, isn't this something? Came from behind him. Looking at the source, he saw the only person that visited here more than himself. Mitarashi Anko, a pleasure to meet you. Ah, you must be that Akechi Naruto, Anko said as she sat down. You caused quite a stir today. You visited the Hokage, and it ends with him in a better mood than he has been in 2 years. You go to the academy, and an Uchiha is knocked down a peg in his arrogance. You walk a Hyuga home and leave more than a few dumbfounded. You are shaking up the very routine of this village. Despite it sounding like a bad thing, she couldn't have been smiling more. Just wait until you hear the details put the Uchiha down a peg. And I'm sure you will, considering the whole class saw it. Word has it you kicked his ass. It isn't far from the truth, Naruto told her. Hello, Jike-san, Naruto said when he came out. Naruto, it has been too long. I was wondering when you would come by again. My father and I moved, Naruto told him. We live outside the village now. Jike-san looked Naruto up and down, noticing his change in how he held himself and his clothes. Yeah, how is Mitsuhide-san? Good, but having trouble getting the clan back together. The families went separate ways to find a new lord to serve. I miss something, Anko asked. I am a samurai, Anko-san, Naruto told her. And because of the kindness and honor the Lord Hokage has shown, I have sworn my loyalty to him. It is still too soon to say that my whole clan will as well, but we will have a station in the town just beyond the walls if nothing else. Well now, that is something, Anko mused. How skilled is your father? I have seen him kill at least 3 former nin and 6 nuke nin. He has been busy, Basan said. A hazard of being the defender of a town, Naruto told them offhand. Finishing his tea, he stood and bowed to the elderly couple. It has been a pleasure to see you again, Basan Jike-san. Now, just because you are a samurai now, Basan said, doesn't mean you can just leave without a hug. Naruto grinned. No, I guess not. He gave them both a hug and promised to come by tomorrow. With a smile after introducing Kitsu to them, he headed for home. Today was a good day, he told his friend. I hope tomorrow is just as good. He was so happy that he even encouraged Kitsu when he curled into a ball in the crook of his neck that night when he laid down to sleep that night.